you know, I build on the existing relationships and reputation and rapport that I have with these top organizations. They know for the most part that if I feel like I've developed a fighter that's ready, you know, to make the jump into the UFC, for the most part, I deliver, you know, what I say I'm going to deliver. So I just build on that relationship, and I've got plenty of young talent in this gym right now that is phenomenal, mind-blowing sometimes. So when Israel and Dan and, you know, Kai and these guys started coming through, I would say, like, now with some of these young guys coming through, I'm probably even more kind of taken back by how good they are.
Yeah, this weekend I'm fighting on King in the Ring as a super fight. It's the biggest kickboxing show in New Zealand and Australia, and obviously I'm super grateful to have this opportunity so young in my career to compete on a show of this caliber. Yeah, it's been a great platform for young fighters to really boost their careers and eventually become stars. You know, like Israel, Dan Hooker, Nav, everyone started on King in the Ring. Yeah, fighting in the UFC is like the ultimate goal. That's where I want to be like 5-6 years from now. All the older dudes like Israel, Dan, all inspire me heaps. Just getting to watch how hard they work, the effort they put in to see what it takes to get to that level. Yeah, they're all just real good role models for the rest of us young guys here to look up to.
I mean, that crop of guys going through now, they all started MMA, bar a few of them in their like early to mid 20s. These guys coming in now, some of them have started, you know, like guys like Brody and Nixon, they've started as teenagers, like 13, 14. So they're getting to the same stage that, you know, Dan and Israel were in their mid 20s, but they're only 18. It's crazy. They're all highly developed professional fighters, you know. They're well versed in wrestling, well versed in stand-up, well versed in jiu-jitsu. It's amazing to see, because that is a generational thing that didn't used to happen. There's an amazing crop of talent coming through young. People are starting the sport way younger. That's to do with the gravity of the sport. It's just quite a reasonable profile in New Zealand at the moment. That's a worldwide trend. Like, the sport has made has real influence around the world. Young people now, seriously, in New Zealand of all places, one of the furthest corners on the earth, young people are seeing MMA, combat sports, as a viable option next to rugby, cricket, soccer, netball. Many of them, for the first time ever, are choosing not to pursue those sports.
I feel my competition in wrestling has really helped me, especially just the fact that I'm a competitor. Like, I've competed in front of big stages, in front of big crowds my whole life. So I don't get nervous for fights, I don't get nervous for these big shows like King in the Ring or Shuriken. And as far as weight cutting goes, probably didn't do it the smartest in wrestling. We just starve ourselves and try to sweat a bunch, but it's good that we have the older fighters here to really guide us through our weight cuts, and the coaches help us out as well. It's great. Being at the best MMA gym in the world, like, originally my plans were to wrestle at the Olympics, like compete at a high level in jiu-jitsu, but when I came here, like, I'm training the best MMA gym on the planet. Like, I might as well take advantage and start training MMA.
He's getting tired. They first get into the sport, that's the funnest time. That's the funnest time. And there are benefits to getting to the top, but there's also pressure. So I'm going to say to them, enjoy that time when you're a young amateur. You're free to fight. The result doesn't matter, only getting better matters, because that's a special time in your career. Soon enough, if you're good enough, it turns into a completely different ball game, and that game at the top is a ruthless one. So enjoy it.